morning. This morning's Foreign Affairs Council is going to focus on a number of key issues. First of all, can I say how delighted I am to welcome Mr Brahimi to the Foreign Affairs Council, an opportunity of course for us to continue to talk with him about the challenges facing the people of Syria and the devastating situation that we now find in that country. It will be, and as I said, an opportunity to review again and ensure that our humanitarian aid is able to reach people as quickly as possible and to talk about the political situation as he sees it. I will take the opportunity too to debrief on the Almaty talks with Iran, the E3+3 discussions, and to explain the next steps, where, as you know, we'll be going back to Almaty for another round of discussions in a couple of weeks' time. We're also going to have a bigger discussion on Russia and our relationships with Russia. That looks forward to the European Council, where they too will be discussing it, and I will be briefing them on what's being discussed here. But to look at Russia as in a comprehensive way, the domestic situation, our relationships together, and of course the work we do on issues across the world. And then finally a discussion about Japan, looking forward to the summit with Japan that the presidents will be participating in, and reflecting on the need to strengthen our trade relationships with Japan.
The UN shows today new figures concerning the devastating situation in Syria. What else can the European Union do to help Syria?
Well, the most important thing is to try and support the finding of a political way through. We need to stop this killing. We need to stop the violence that's happening in Syria and to find a way in which the opposition can really move forward on a political solution. You'll have seen that Moaz al-Khatib has been talking about the need to get some way forward that's going to find a transition to a different Syria. We have been very clear that Assad cannot stay. We've been saying that for a very long time, and the devastating impact of his policies is obvious for all to see. But we need to see that. The second thing we need to see is ensuring that the aid that we want to see people receive gets through. Not just in Syria, but of course in the countries surrounding Syria. You will know how many refugees are in Lebanon, what's happening on the border with Turkey, the number of refugees in Jordan, and our concerns about Iraq. So there are real challenges in trying to do that. And that's why we've been consistently looking at how do we ensure we get the right level of support.
Mrs. Ashton, what is the position of Russia now
On
the Syrian crisis?
Well, the last time I spoke to Foreign Minister Lavrov, they were very clear that they remain exactly in the same place in the Security Council. They do not support the kind of resolutions that have been proposed and put forward. They do understand that there needs to be a political solution. They approach this in a very different way, as you know, but we'll continue to work with them because in the end, they too need to see this devastating impact on the ordinary people of Syria come to an end. The situation is absolutely dreadful.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Vous allez rencontrer Mr Brahimi. Sa mission ne progresse pas apparemment. Selon vous, quel va être son prochain rôle et est-ce que sa médiation est encore possible?
I think Mr Brahimi is to be congratulated on the efforts that he's making to try and find a political solution. I think it's easy to look at his progress and be concerned that, as he is, that making progress in this situation is extremely difficult. He is absolutely committed to trying to find a political way through this. And in the end, as we all know, we need to see a political transition in Syria in order that the violence can stop and we can see a new future for the people of that country. So today we'll have a chance to listen to him, to talk with him about the situation and to support him in the efforts that he's trying to make.
Okay. The Syrian opposition is trying now to form a government to just manage the areas that they have owned. Anyway, do you support this approach? Do you think this approach could support the political transition in Syria?
Well, Moaz al-Khatib has been very clear that he wants to see two things happen. First of all, to try and find a political solution and a political transition. And in doing so, he has reached out to those people who may be able to be interlocutors with him. And we support him in his efforts to do that. In terms of what the coalition decides to do next, well, that's for them in a way. They need to work out how they can best develop this political programme for the country and for the future. And what we've said to them is that it's really important that if things do change, that there is a political transition, that there is a roadmap, if you like, of what can happen. And to that extent, he needs to be worrying and thinking about that, as indeed I know he is.
Thank you very much.